Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I am back to work on the Grungy journal. We're going to work in this one. I'm just going to do the things that I kind of talked about yesterday, or actually I'm going to end up talking about that tomorrow. I've got my videos all out of order because it's like when I get an idea and I do something, I decide what day it goes for. It doesn't matter anyways. So yeah, so you guys haven't seen that one yet. Okay. So we're going to put this in, and actually for you guys, this is what we did yesterday, right? I think so. Like I said, I'm all out of sorts. So what I want to do is make some leaves to go with this rose. And I cut this out of some, one of these things. They're by Studio Light. This was given to me by Linda, or these were, she gave me multiple. And so thank you so much. I cut the rose out. So I'm going to cut, I want like leaves, you know. I need a pen. Just to have that. And so this is old, obviously, paper. So I'm going to just kind of wing it here. Doesn't really matter what they look like. Just want that idea of leaves. So how are you guys? I hope you're doing good. I'm doing good. This is my second video for today, so may not have tons to talk about, but that's how it goes sometimes, so that I can get all the videos in for the week and get everything else done too. But I hope you're doing good. It's cold here, and big surprise, I think it's cold pretty much everywhere in the States at this time. Even in Florida, if you can believe that. Yeah, weird weather. I mean, cold here is not weird at this time of the year at all. But it's just weird for Florida to be cold. I guess the whole middle of the country's gonna get a big snowstorm. We're just real cloudy and cold. The mountains are getting snow, but we kind of get shielded from a lot of that because we're in the valley. But yeah, we usually get more than we got this year though. Okay, so there's leaves. I'm gonna ink this. I need to say hugs and blessings. Hugs and blessings to Kay, Bird Street Studio, Janelle, Fern, and Carol. Thank you guys so much for your sweet comments and for watching and, you know, commenting. I really appreciate any activity on my channel. It helps my channel grow. So thank you. I appreciate all of you so much. I do. I know I couldn't do what I do without you guys, so very appreciative of you guys. All right, so this is going to go on this page and be a tuck on this side, and we have the holes, so we're going to have to kind of just stay to the edges for the glue on 3 sides, but that's okay because we got our little skinny mini over here. And it'll work fine. And we can actually kind of fill in this area here. I feel like we don't need whatever we put in here to go past where the holes are. So that actually works pretty good. If our glue will come out. And it won't. And I even messed with this before I started so that I hopefully wouldn't have to mess with it now, but getting near the bottom again, and every time that gets that point, it wants to stop working. Yeah, you don't need a gigantic anything in there, and it doesn't really need to go past those holes, so we might as well just make it. Let's go up just a bit. I'll just glue it right onto our page. I always forget to grab a paper towel before I start. I don't know what that's about, but I think I'd remember I just threw one away because it was all gluey and painty and all the things. That coffee dyed paper just chipped right off of there. It's so crazy. How the edges of coffee dyed paper are so fragile. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of ink right there where it chipped off. Maybe, maybe not. It's sticking down everywhere else, but that back edge wants to lift a little bit. Okay. So then we're going to put our rose on here somehow. I don't know exactly how I want it yet. I want to see some of that, I think. Right. Probably should have figured out how big I wanted those, huh? I mean, I guess we can kind of tuck them in a little more. Yeah, I think something like that will work pretty good. So we'll get some glue on the back of this one. Glue strings, glue strings. Got my heater going so I can be warm in my little craft room. We've even been having our little heater at night. We have a little one downstairs too, blowing on us when we're watching TV because it's just, ugh. That frosty cold is... I think our house has too many windows. I mean, we have blinds that are down at night and all that, but man, it does make it colder for sure to have all those windows. They're fabulous when it's sunny and nice, but not when it's cold. I like that color of that rose because it's not like, it is almost the color of the, which one was that? Espresso, the Tim Holtz espresso spray. And once you get it wet, it almost turns that pinky purpley. And I like that. It's a cool color rather than like a bright pink or something with this stuff. Not that you couldn't use that, it's just... Okay, so we'll let that dry nice before we even attempt to put anything in there. Not that I know what I'm putting in there anyway. So that there. And then I wanted to like put this on here. And I'll mention all this in tomorrow's video and it won't be done yet, so you'll all be like, what the heck? But that's because I did that video before this one, so... It'll all get sorted in the end, like everything. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised we haven't gotten snow. Came in, I think it was the day before yesterday, I had gone outside for something and came in and told my husband, I'm pretty sure it's going to snow. It had that feeling, you know, you can like sense it in the air, but I was way off. So I want that there. I cut this out of one of my grungy papers and I don't know exactly which one it is, but I'll try to look for it tonight and get it in the description box so you can just go click on it and get to it. Because I did a bunch of it, like Grungy Fabric type digitals a while back. This like was ripped and folded up, so I'm just gonna, I want to keep it like that. I like the way that looks. So this one is gonna go there. Then I have a stamp I want to put on there, and I might add something else, but I don't know what. So let's first get that all down with some matte medium. I think will work well for this. I'm not going to worry about that right now. We're just going to worry about these two pieces, because this is deli paper and it's super thin, and I don't want to see the glue on the back and all that jazz. So I think I need to thin this a little bit for this. It's very, very thick, which is good, but I want it a little bit thinner. So I'm just going to spray some water. You can do the same thing really with glue. The only thing is this is matte, so glue might give you a little shine that you might not want. Probably could use some new matte medium, but this is it's a gel one, so it's thick no matter what. It's how it's supposed to be. Sometimes just a little too thick. I like all the paint and stuff on this page. This will even give this a crunchier feel too. I don't really want to get it on that page. It'll change the color. Don't take all the paint off either. Okay, then we got to do this piece. I got to find a non-sticky spot because I don't want to get glue all over the front. So I hope you guys are all staying warm. I know in some parts of the world you are, but in the States, some of you are moving into fall though, so you'll be cold soon, if you get cold. Put this on here. How do I want it? I don't know. I think I want like, maybe like that. I still want to see some of that black paint. I do like that. And I'll just clip that piece off. Now this is the trick, because I don't want to get a bunch of wetness on this flower, because this is a digital print, and it'll, I say that and then put a big old glop on there. I guess what I'm saying is I don't want to mess with it too much, because it'll rub the color off. So I'm going to try to be quick. Oopsie. Don't want to wrinkle it, or, you know, crumple up the, see the red starting to bleed a little bit. The only problem with the digital prints is the movement of the ink for this type of project. Great for non-mixed media projects, but I like mixed media. I'm gonna kind of, this will give it a little texture too, but see? All right, so now I need to get that dry. So I'm gonna pause and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back and it's dry and you can see, I think I'm gonna use one of these butter, well, it's almost dry. I'm gonna use one of these Tim Holtz butterflies and this stamp just to decorate it up a little bit. Everything's a sticky, icky mess. Use a ton of butterflies, but I don't know, kind of goes with these old kind of vintagey style things, I think. Well, I mean, they go with anything, but I hope this will stick okay. If it doesn't, I will put matte medium to it. Want it like that. I do with my, dropped it. I'm gonna take my fountain pen. I remembered the name of it. Holy smokes, we're doing good today. I think, if I can get it working. It needed new ink. I couldn't believe it was already out of ink. It goes through ink very fast. I don't know where else I can put that except the paper. Because it won't go on the deli paper because it'll just come off. So I'm going to use the black acrylic paint in the bottle with water and just kind of do some marks, dots. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. The problem is I was gonna go to another page to work on something else. This is the problem with the videoing, with trying to let things dry. So what was I gonna work on back here? If I can, that's gonna go there. Yeah, I'm really gonna have to get it dry. I can't work on anything else, so I'll be back again. Okay, I'm back again. So I dried it. It's all ready to go now. So then we're gonna move on to, where did I put it? This page. And I did, this was that index card that we did for the 50 stack challenge. I want to put it like this and have it meet the edge of the page but be attached to this little page. Just, I don't know, something different. And then that way you could still write on here. You could put a photo over here or whatever. You could even write on this part if you wanted to. And that way you get to see some of that cool coloration on the back of that. I do want to back this because it's just white. I think we'll do that. Coffee dye, tea dye type paper. And I do this just by dripping coffee or tea onto white copy paper and letting it dry and dripping more. Letting it dry, you know, that kind of thing. It does take a little bit, so obviously you're not going to do like a gigantic stack of it, probably. But it's fun to have a few pages of it, and it doesn't take crazy long if you can kind of spread it out a little bit somewhere. I usually do it in the summer, that way it dries fast too. And it doesn't take super long because you're just putting a drip and then coming back and putting some more. And you don't have to wait until one drip is entirely dry. It just gives you more layer look if you do it like that. But it's not a big deal if you... Mostly best to like drip on one side and of the page and then maybe go over there and add more because they will puddle into a bigger puddle if you just keep dripping in the same spot. And then you'll just have all one color paper. So sometimes I'll take one of those Dollar Tree table covers and take it out into my yard in the summer, obviously, and lay down a bunch and just drip, 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 drip all over, and then let it dry because it doesn't take long in the heat, and then drip again. And that works really good. Or if you have like a long table or something. I just like that better with the colored paper on the back. Okay, so now what we want to do is figure out how to get it nice and in that corner. Oh, I need to trim this off too. Oh, did it just lift off of there? Probably could leave it and it would be all right, but I'm just gonna snip it. I do need to add some more glue here. I can see. Didn't get very much, apparently. Okay. Oops, I keep going to that page and I don't want you to see it yet. Well, you've seen it. That's tomorrow. There's going to be something else tomorrow too, so that won't be the only thing. All right, now this is the tricky part, is to try to get this figured out. And I'm using liquid glue. I just think it'll stick better. So let's get, I want it to meet this corner. I mean, it doesn't have to be exactly in the corner, but that's kind of the idea. Make sure we don't have it hanging over this side. Okay, so that'll be a fun little tidbit hanging down there. And I wanted to put this at this end. And it's going to be a tuck this side, like a pocket. And this is another little half page out of that, what do you call that? Paper. I don't know, packing paper, the newsprint, that's what it's called. So I'm thinking that'll just go there. Now I'm trying to decide. I think I might have to use glue stick because this paper will show the glue. So I'm just going to take and kind of do it, you know, a small, as thin as I can, just so that something will still fit into that pocket easily and not be a problem. I just don't want the whole width of the glue stick is what I'm trying to say on there. And we don't want the side that we want open glued. Okay. I'm going to take it sort of back towards the spine a little bit more. I don't know what I'm going to put in there yet either. So see, these are all the things like we've made in other videos for the most part. Other than that page I just did, but 50 stack challenge and all those kind of things are very helpful because you can put a journal together a little bit more quickly that way. I'll let that dry. I don't know if I stuck anything else in here now. Okay, because that's all the pages. So we need to make stuff to go in that one. And this one already has that. And that other one doesn't need anything. It might need something on the back. This one needs something too. So I'm not sure what I want to do with that. Do I have this bigger-ish? Bigger-ish. So it's going to go to there. So we can probably take most of that off. Those are just glue pages that I've had forever. And I like the torn edge on those, but one thing you do need to do is put more glue because you see, like you glue something, but it just, after a while, it won't always stick completely, especially edge to edge because it never got glued edge to edge. And I usually do stitch around my things too, so I don't have to go completely edge to edge. I don't know what is happening with my glue, but it's turning to glop fest. That'll hold now. Will that fit well? Yep, especially if we put a little fabric tab on it. Now I just have to decide what I want to put on it. Could use some of this stuff. These are from People of the Past, and this one's Cruciform. That's where those come from. And I just shrunk them down and put them a whole bunch on a page because I want a smaller print. I did that a while ago. All this stuff I've been using is in my scrap box of digitals because I need to use some of this stuff up. It's kind of crazy how much stuff I have printed. Put it top or bottom, I don't know, it doesn't matter. And then I think I'm going to use some of these goodies from Catherine. Thank you, Catherine. It's nice of her to share some old bits with me. Some of them I might want to, oops, sorry. Use, like, scan, but I can use some hearts. Oh, that is so cool. This one I felt like I could scan. They're just really neat. I don't know if I want that red. Well, there's red on both sides, but there's a little less on this side. Oops. Huh? Doing good now. Want this torn. My goodness. My sister is down visiting my niece. Her little boy is turning 2. Can you guys believe that? Man, that was like the longest, scariest pregnancy. And then he's turning 2, which is fantastic. Thank you. Thank you. It just went so fast. So, yeah. So that is fun. Writing fluid, that's kind of cool. Tim Holtz pieces. I'm sure you can tell they're pretty easy to tell. I like these ones that he does that are thinner and a little more matte. So some of the stuff must come from a different set because it's shiny and thicker. But I like the ones that are a little more matte. Ooh, I kind of like that dragonfly. That'd be kind of cool, huh? I do like the dragonfly. This is my embroidered kit. Something about that thirds thing. I'm not kidding you. When collaging on a journaling card or whatever, tag, something about that rule or law, whatever they call it, of thirds. Just 3 things, 5 things, odds. It's always better. Makes the eye happy. I don't know why. Happy, happy, happy. And my niece's little girl is doing good too. I didn't say that, but she is cute as a button. 4 months yesterday? Yeah. Or no. No, not yesterday. What am I thinking? 4 months earlier this month. She looks just like my niece. It's crazy. That genetics thing is wild. I mean, both kids look like her, but definitely her daughter does. Much better. I still feel like I need just a little something for that dragonfly. Maybe just a little bit of stuff. That's that Cicada wing paper. A little, I think. Yeah, just something like that. I need just one more something. I need, I think, some ink. And then this will get backed and I'll stitch around it and all that, but I won't make you guys wait for that again. Take it over here a little more. Keep throwing that over somewhere and then I can't reach it. Well, I mean, I can. I just don't know why I keep doing that. Or maybe just like a little something. These pieces are all probably too big. This is a hodgepodge. You can tell I've thrown everything to the kitchen sink in this. And there's that. That actually works pretty good. That is crazy, like trick of the eye thing right there. It looks like that ink went around almost, and it didn't because that's the bottom line. That's wild, the way I just threw that there. don't know how I got the top one, but it's fine. It don't matter. All right, so there is that. It's gonna be a journal card, and like I said, I'll do the back. So I think what I'm gonna do is kind of just snip these corners. It doesn't want to because it's not very together right here. Do the bigger one. Do the little bit bigger one. Oh, that one's not together either. There they all go. A flying. Voila. Now I'll have to do it again with the back piece, but it's fine. I can just do that with scissors. So it's gonna go in there like so, and I'll have a little pull tab thingy on it. So today we put that down. It was already complete, but put that down. And I'm gonna skip this page. And we've got some pages in here we need to do some stuff to. This is down. See, these are nice and light, these index card things, so it works good for stuff like that. And then this, we'll have to make something for there. But anyway, we're cruising right along, and it's getting fatso already, but I'll put a tie around it, and it'll be fine. It's just because it's all brand new and stiff. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and we'll chat again soon. Love ya. Bye.